You want to get some fight money so you can unlock a character or two that you really like. Do the tutorials, like just to read them and go through them. I mean, maybe if you don't really want to read them and you hate reading, then just pass through them. You get points just for reading them. First one is just the basics. Like if you know the basics, then skip over it. If not, I would at least try to read it. I mean, again, if you're not a reading type, skip over them, but you get points. And even the character specific ones, do those. Those get you points. But that's a quarter of the way, and it won't take you more than 10-15 minutes max. And I feel like 15 is stretching it much. Second way, to a really easy way to get points, is doing the story mode for every single character, not just the general one. Like these, they don't take more than 5-6 minutes, and they have like 2 matches in between. And this is a great way for you to get a feel of what character you will like. But it will only give you the characters, as you can see from the very beginning, the ones that you have. That's one really good way to get fight money. So the third one, which is actually something, say, okay, you did those and you had enough money to maybe unlock a character, maybe not, I'm not entirely sure. You can pay attention to what your daily missions are, or actually they're weekly. And when you're playing your game mode, I'll try to aim for it. And here's even an interesting one. When it says play, say an example is play story mode, you do not have to actually play it. Say if it's trials or whatever, as long as you go in there, it will register it. So say this one says play story mode, or the notification. Actually, I'll show you right now. Let's see. It said story. I think I'm not entirely sure if it's a general story or character story, but for now, and it doesn't matter if you did them, it will still count it. Just for a point, I'll go. Let's go Fang, and you will see it. There it is, and that is easy 250 points, and you wasted no more than a couple seconds. So some of these will probably stack up for you guys. The fourth easy way, probably arcade. I'm not entirely sure how many points you get, but this one can probably take a lot longer. So 4 is more so like, yeah, this is a really quickie, but if you set it to easy, so, and go to survival, and then do one for every character. As I mentioned before in the other one, it's a good way to get a feel for the characters. And on easy, you should definitely be able to beat the computer, and if you die halfway, you're good. But survival has gone a long way. Like, there's a lot of tools. I would not recommend wasting any of them. So once you found your character or two, go to normal and try to get them up, and you get a decent amount of chunk of points, which goes into my fifth thing. Playing offline gives you no points. So I mean, if you want to play with friends, that's fine. Just know if you want to unlock characters, playing offline will not get you any points. This is actually the worst way to get points. And by the way, points do not stack up either. Not counting the challenges I mentioned earlier, you playing the same story mode over and over again for your character does not get you points. You rebeating the trials that you already did does not get you points. So you cannot stack stuff. So, oh, and same with the survival. You have to do it for different characters. You cannot do the 10 rounds for the same character and stack up points. It has to be a different character or at a higher difficulty. And the other bonuses you can get from playing online, but this is the grindiest way to get points. Challenges still count. Like if you play with your friends online, it will count. It's only offline where it. You probably at this point have unlocked 2 characters. Okay, cool. Do not use your fight money for literally anything but characters. Maps and little bonus things, well, especially the bonus things like stickers and stuff, you can get them for free as you play your character. Do not waste your fight money on maps. Maps are about half as much as characters, and in all honesty, if you're playing someone online, if they choose the map, you can play that DLC map without you having to even purchase that map at all. Whereas the character, no, that's stuck on yours regardless. They can't have the season pass and you can't use their characters. But they can have the season pass and you can play on their map. If they're the ones choosing though. So that's a nice little trick. If you know someone or are playing on a lobby, set them to be the ones, don't always be the first one to choose so they can choose a DLC map if there's one that you like. But yeah, do not waste your fight money on maps. I waste it on characters first. Because maps don't really give you the best view as to what characters are like. But at that point, I would say when do I recommend you using your fight money outside of characters is once you get your third character, once you stretched it. Once you've stretched the limit of how many points, like by that point you've already done probably a whole bunch of this. And you got your third character and maybe enough points to buy maybe a fourth, then that's when I would say waste it on maps and maybe a couple colors, because by that point, if you play that long, you know who your characters are. Trials will take 1 to 2 hours, even if you got fundamentals. So like say half a year into the game, it'll take you maybe still an hour or 2 just to beat a trial for a character you don't use, which is why I don't say right away, but it does help you get better at your character. And once you've understood it, go to trial mode, beat their trials. You doing that, you get points, your character levels up, and now you get double points. And then just play a lot of online, and then just stick to that character. Not only will you get better with them, you get a lot of points every time they level up. But once you get past that point at 30, the points come very slow and it takes forever to level up stuff. Costumes are normally unlocked or paid for. And for colors, you again, as I showed before, there is a place you can go to do a little gambling thing. I'd rather you go there because you get a free slot. I will not spend fight money for colors. Because another thing you can have on the side, like, oh, I'm streaming, or I love cat people. Like, if you're a streamer and you want to have that one, then yeah, you'll pay fight money, but very small amount. And I would stick to just that, because you can only have one at a time. Yeah, that about covers it. Make sure you do your basic tutorials. Do the story mode for every single character. That's easy points in less than an hour, guaranteed. And then go do survival on easy mode for as many characters as you want. And from, you know, and again, this is not even adding if you're playing arcade mode. And you don't spend more than 2 hours guaranteed, and that's enough fight money to have one character and buy yourself probably a map, color, or something. And then of course, then you spend the other hour from what I talked about earlier. And focusing on one character can help you a lot. And try not to do trials right away, as they will take you forever.